Welcome to another episode of Step by Step Talks. I'm your host, Rohini Kapoor, dialing in from Punta Pacifica with an amazing person today. Gita Vellanki, who to me means positivity, independence, and self confidence. Now, that's the name of our company, which is Neeshi, but when I talk to Gita, that's all I see. I see full positivity, independence, and confidence, which we all need. Right now, before I go on and introduce our amazing guest and tell you about what she's done and where she's gone with her really good product, I just want to touch on a little bit step by step talks about independence, financial independence in women. And just about last week, I had an experience with somebody who said to me, you are promoting financial independence in women. Tell me, what should I do? I raise children and I don't know what to do. Very valid question. She says, I don't know what to do. And, when I speak to Geeta today, it just happened that what she has done and how she's come up with her company just tells you that you can do anything you want if you really want to. So, Geeta, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Geeta, I want you to start by introducing yourself. Your company is Neeshi. Nishi is a product that you have created by drawing strength from the knowledge and experiences of your elders. Now, elders possess a lot of knowledge and life lessons. And folk tradition passed on to younger generation usually consists of history, life lessons, values. But you added another ingredient, you added recipes, right? You added this and created a product that is amazing, that works, that has ingredients or words that you can spell and you know what they are, just like you say on your website. So explain, tell us how you got here, where you got here, and let's tell the world about you.
Amazing. So, yes, my name is Gita Vellanki. I'm the founder of Neeshi, and my product started with an unconventional journey, never with the intention of launching a brand, but really the sole purpose was to help my girls. I have three daughters, and at the time I was working in high tech doing M&A, global sales ops, nothing related to the world of CPG. And I started working on products that could help my older daughter ease her really difficult, really heavy, painful periods. And at the time, she would have 8, 9 day periods, such painful cramps, heavy flow. She would miss school, she would miss basketball games, tennis practice. She was having a really hard time. And I understood what she was going through because I was like that at her age. But I really didn't want to put her on birth control if I didn't have to, because that left me with really bad side effects when I was a teenager. So I started doing a lot of research around functional foods, their healing properties, really channeling my grandmother, who we would visit in the village of India during the summers. If anything, minor was wrong with us, not a severe ailment where you had to go to the hospital, she would go to the kitchen first and not the pharmacy. And, 9 out of 10 times, if not more than that, she would pop something absolutely delicious in my mouth and I would feel better. Right. And so I learned at a very young age the power of food and eating well and the right ingredients and what those vitamins and minerals can do for our body. So that was really the approach I took with our Nishi products. But, as a mom, it had to be well balanced, not a lot of sugar, good amount of protein, fats, fiber, carbs to fuel the kids. But from a child's perspective, it had to taste really good. And I knew that a functional food would have to be eaten with routine and regularity, right, in order to have the benefits. So our first product was a chocolate mini cake, which is really like a brownie texture. And it was amazing. When we hit the right formula, my daughter went to 3 4 day periods, no heavy cramps, no flow, like no heavy flow, no painful cramps. Her acne had cleared up, her mood was super balanced. It was really amazing to see. And at the same time, I saw those benefits, but it also made my perimenopause symptoms go away. So my hot flashes, my night sweats, my exhaustion, my cravings, all those fun things no one tells you is going to hit you in your 30s or 40s did very early. And they all went away for me as well. So it was really cool to see.
That is just amazing. I mean, I look at your website and I see you've got protein powder, you've got dark cacao special powder, I think it's called, or
It's a
spread. Sorry,
spread.
that's a
It's a
spread.
spread.
Yeah, and then there's brownie bites and there's edible brownie bites, and then What about, the mix in your, do you want to explain your products? Because I'm curious to know, how did you come with the exact amount? And is it okay for everybody to take the same amount?
So it's okay for everybody to take the same amount. They are formulated in a way that you're getting very high quality vitamins and minerals that are absorbed by your body, right? A lot of times these things are missing from our diets or they're not in a complementary form where they can be good for you, just like vitamin C and iron, right? It helps your body absorb iron. There's a lot of mineral
Yes.
pairings that can help. So we did a lot of research around functional foods. We worked with doctors, some who have an integrative health background, some who have more of a conventional background, just to see that, the research we were doing, we weren't interacting with common medications or nothing like that. And because our foods are all based off of very common everyday ingredients, right? You're talking pumpkin seeds, flax, cacao powder, coconut sugar, almonds. They're all refined sugar free. So if you're diabetic, it's very friendly to your insulin spikes, and high in protein and fiber. So we do have protein powders in different flavors. We have a dark cocoa spread, which is a really dark chocolatey almond butter. We have the edible brownie batter, which you can eat directly out of a jar like you would a cookie dough. We have brownie bites, and then we are working on a couple new products, which hopefully will launch later this year.
Oh, wonderful. So when you came up with your recipes, like let's say the cacao chia pudding, or you had vanilla strawberries banana smoothie, um, obviously you have put the exact amount of ingredients in there for anybody, for men and women and children. It's the same amount,
Yes.
right? Okay,
It's
so
yes.
go ahead. Yeah.
No, I
So
just those were all really born out of what my kids like to eat and just sharing those ideas with people who are looking for ways to incorporate products.
I see. Okay. Now, when you were doing all your testing and coming up with, the ingredients and the menus, obviously you spoke to a lot of doctors and they used your products on their patients. What was the feedback?
So the doctors, dietitians, nutritionists, all the medical and health experts we work with have fully tried our products. So they've used them themselves or somebody in their clinic has used the products, continue to use the product, and they all saw a benefit really within the first month, which I think was the great part was they felt like they could comfortably recommend this because they themselves have tried it. They were feeling great. And the way they were looking at it was a quality of life improvement, right? If you can eat something very nutritionally balanced that tastes delicious, not only are you doing good for your body, you're doing good for your soul, right? Who wouldn't want to eat a cake every day or some chocolatey spread? And so they were feeling really good. But one of the things that I found very interesting in working with our doctors was they loved the fact that when you stop Nishi, your body resets back to how it was before. So it's not making a permanent change, but just
Mm.
like, you taking your daily vitamins, it's giving your body all of that goodness from these vitamins and minerals that you're not getting otherwise. That's helping your body sustain itself in a healthy way.
So is it that we could replace, chocolate that we buy from the store with your chocolate?
Absolutely.
And that's what
I
you would
mean, you're
recommend.
you're going to get
Yeah.
less sugar, right? You're going to have no refined sugar. You're going to have something that tastes good and it's going to be doing good for you. So that's absolutely a good way to look at it.
That's amazing. I mean, why wouldn't you try that if you're feeling so good? So what are your specials for Christmas as Christmas is coming? It's around the corner.
The way we've looked at it really is we go through Christmas, we're eating all this junk a lot of times because we have cravings, because we haven't helped balance our hormones or our vitamin needs. And then we hit January and it's like, I have to work out, I have to do all this stuff, I feel terrible. And I feel like we need to start looking at things right that way, right? We should be able to, of course, you should enjoy whatever you want to eat, everything in moderation, but we shouldn't let ourselves fall out of our rituals during the holidays. So, my hope is that people will gift their loved ones or themselves even a product like Nishi or something that can take care of themselves through the holidays and beyond. So, in terms of specials, we're still working on that, but make sure to follow us on our social channels or subscribe to our email, and then we'll definitely send out more information once we have that finalized.
So now you're saying, eat my chocolate. You're not going to feel guilty because you're doing good to your body, right? During Christmas
Exactly.
time, that's when you indulge, like we indulge so much during Christmas time. Everybody does, right?
Oh, yeah,
Now,
I do.
what is, do you do too? Does like it though. Like, what happens if I miss a day? What if I miss a day of having it? Does it mean that, I have to go back to starting again, or,
No, not at
because you
all.
said your body resets it, right?
So it takes time. We've seen that people's bodies have reset themselves. Some
Yeah.
take a month, some take a couple more months, and their body sustains the benefits longer. If you miss a day, nothing will happen. Our
Okay.
goal is to be as consistent as possible in the first month, eating our products every day. So, what we suggest is if you're somebody who still gets their menstrual cycle, when your period ends, you start Nishi at that point, and you would eat it every day through the next 30 days. So through your next period cycle, you're most, I would say 99% of people have noticed their flow is lighter, their cramps are going and they're going away, they're easing up, they're seeing their mood balance, they're seeing their skin clearing, they're seeing a lot of benefits. And what I like to tell people is when you reach that happy period or that happy point in your perimenopause, then you can cut it back to 3 or 4 times a week. And that's enough to keep your body nourished. So if you miss a day here or there, or you take a long weekend away, you don't have to take Nishi with you. You're welcome to. They'll travel well, but it's fine if you miss a day.
So where can we find you? Where do we buy? We buy online, and are you in all the stores now? Where are you?
So we're
Where can we
sell
buy this?
exclusively online on our website. So it's nishi.com. And you can order there. You can order one product to try. You can order a month supply. You can order a subscription. And really, what we've done is to give people the optionality and the variety in their diet. Everything comes in a 1 week serving. So, 4 1 week servings covers your cycle of 28 days. And so, you could do, you know, two protein powders and 2 jars of spread, or you could mix in some brownie bites or brownie batter. So, really, it gives you the option to tailor it to how you like to eat.
And what if I take medication? Is that okay? Because there's some, herbal medication, herbal supplements, or even Ayurvedic supplements that you take. They can interfere with medication.
So that's something I would suggest talking to either your doctor or your Ayurvedic doctor about. All of the research that we've done on our ingredients has shown there is no reported interactions, but it's always best to make sure if you're taking something to double check with your doctor.
Right. And is your product nut free?
So our products primarily do have nuts in them. We use almonds. We do have protein powders that are almond free, nut free. All of our products are gluten free and they're refined sugar free as well. And they're plant
Okay.
based. So everything is vegan. But if you're looking for a nut free option, I would say the protein powders are the best way to go.
I see. Okay. And you've been endorsed by quite a few doctors. You've got, pediatricians, you've got doctors, you've got, I think, naturopaths as well who've endorsed your
Yes.
product, right? And in which states are they available now? Or are you just in California?
We sell across the US. So the
Okay.
48 states are easy enough for us to ship food to that we can do that.
And that's coming through online, right? Getting in
Yes.
touch with you online, and you will answer them personally and confidentially, right?
Of
Now,
course, if people have questions, they can reach out. It'll come to me, and I would be happy to help guide them with, whatever questions they have, what they're struggling with, because I know this is a very personal journey for everyone.
yeah, of course. Yeah, it is a very personal journey. Now, tell me about the fact that you're a women-owned company in the Bay Area, and how was it when you started? How was it to start your company and get going? A lot of my audience, are women who want to start something, who want to do something for themselves, be financially independent. Can you give us some advice on how you got where you got to and what you did and the challenges you had?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, a lot of people ask this question, and I think it's when do you start is a very personal decision, right? I'm more advanced in my career, older. I don't know that I could have done this 20 years ago, right? So I think that's a very personal decision for many people. But for me, finding a community was really, really important, right? You're entering starting a new business, you're entering an industry in a space that's completely new. If I were to go start a tech company and optimize operations, I can probably do that with my eyes closed. But coming into the world of CPG is really hard, right? It's all new. You're tackling different concepts, different products, different regulations, different everything. So I think finding a community of founders is really going to be key. And in the beginning, I would reach out to people and I would hesitate. Oh, they're busy, they're not responding to me, they're not interested, or I must be bothering them. And my advice is don't let that stop you, because people aren't mean. They're not ignoring you, they're just busy, right? So make sure you follow up with them. You just have to catch them at the right time. But, you know, that building a community and owning your story, I think, are the two most important things, right? Own your business. Why are you passionate about it? And be able to tell that in 10 seconds, in 30 seconds, very clearly and succinctly of why are you building this and what are you looking to do? And I think that confidence will take you so much further.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I always say that rejection is my biggest motivator.
Yes,
So if I'm rejected, if I want something good, that I want to get something done, it'll motivate me to even do better. Because I always make the statement that treat rejection not like Velcro. Don't let it stick on you. Treat it like Teflon. Let it just slide off you, and move on. Because
you're right.
you have to touch 100 people before one is going to say yes. And if you have that mindset, you won't stop until you reach the 100th person. You know what I mean? And you never know
Absolutely.
what's
And then you
next.
start
Yeah.
over again, right?
Then
The
you
next
start all
100
over
person.
again. Yeah, you start all over again. I remember when I started in business many years ago, I was taught by my manager who said, put 100 pennies in one pocket. And every time you talk to one person, put that penny in the other pocket. And don't stop until you transfer all those pennies into the other pocket. So that's one way to do
Yep,
it, right? And I bet you've gone through that too, right?
absolutely. Yes.
Right now you have this amazing join the Nishi ambassador family. Do you want to talk about the Nishi ambassador family? What is it about, and why are you encouraging people to join the Nishi ambassador family?
So, a lot of businesses have these ambassador programs, but for us, we've taken a different approach because this is such a personal journey where, I mean, think about it. As women, we've been struggling with heavy periods, painful cramps our entire lives since we were teenagers. And I think the math works out to you spend 8.5 years of your life bleeding. That's a long time. That's
Okay.
a really long time. And
Yeah.
so for me, that ambassador program is about people who are probably struggling with the same thing. They fully tried our products and they can now speak to their community with a very genuine approach of here's what I was dealing with, here's the amazing benefits I'm seeing now. And so we're really looking for people who are wanting to partner and coming along for the ride and growing with us through our ambassador program.
I see. Okay. And how can they know about your ambassador program?
So there's a form you can fill out directly on the website, and people can reach out to us that way. They can. There's a process. They fill out a form. We can email them back, answer any questions they have, and then we can get them set up.
Okay. So that in essence, what you're saying is that somebody could kind of franchise your business elsewhere. Is
Not
that?
a franchise, but it's a shared affiliate model. So they would
Yeah.
make a commission off of every product of art that they would sell.
Ah, I see. Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying. So they just buy the products from you and then sell them.
They don't buy the products for us. So they are it's like a marketing arm. So they
Ah,
are out there
okay.
marketing for us. And
Yeah.
when somebody finds out about Nishi through that ambassador, the ambassador makes a commission.
Ah, perfect. Okay, that's great. Now, when can I try these products and when are we going to get them overseas?
So I don't know when we'll be able to ship overseas. That's something we are
Yeah.
working on. But anytime you are in the States, I would love to ship you some, and that way you can get to try them.
Okay. So I guess everywhere else has to wait to try this delicious product.
Yes.
Okay. Now you've been aired on ABC in the Bay Area. You have been on a lot of podcasts. LA Style, I think it was as well that you've been on, right? And is everybody using your product? What is your feedback you got?
So the feedback, I think one of my favorite texts I received from a customer was tasting is believing. And she
Huh?
said, I loved the idea of Nishi when I found out about it. I was very skeptical, but when I tried it, I couldn't believe it. She's like, your products are delicious. And she was dealing with such heavy, painful periods. She was actually looking at getting a hysterectomy. And she was like, I don't need to anymore because my period is so light, balanced, it doesn't get in my way, and she feels amazing. And that's the feedback we get a lot from people. You know, people are hesitant to say try a month or 3 months out. And a lot of times it's because they are worried that they themselves won't be compliant. It's not that they're worried about the product or the taste, they just feel like they won't stick to it. But when they do for a month, see how amazing they're feeling by their next period, naturally they keep coming back, they're subscribing, and they want to keep up with it. And they also get more creative finding ways to incorporate the products. So our dark cacao spread has been our hero product over the last year because, I can make a parfait with fruit and granola and some spread and, make some fancy toast with berries or bananas. But if I'm in a hurry, just take a spoon of it and eat it, and it's a nice little snack and you're on your way. And so it gives people the flexibility to incorporate it. A lot of people will blend it into their coffee, their tea. There's just so many options. So I think people really love the product, the spread, because it gives them
Oh,
options.
I can't wait to try it. As you speak, I'm feeling like, oh, I want to try that. What is your return policy? Because sometimes you get clients who are not happy. You just gave us a successful story about one of your clients. Give us a unsuccessful story. What is your return policy?
So in 2.5 years, 2 years, we've had one return.
Ah,
And,
wonderful.
she said, I was really excited to try this product. I don't like the taste. And I said, no problem, right? You're welcome to donate it to whoever wants to try it, whoever likes the taste. And I issued a refund right away. I mean, because this is so personal, it's never going to be a one size fits all. And I don't want people to have a bad experience with Nishi and then refuse to try other products down the road and then just be stuck in this rut of feeling bad. So I think we need to fully support them along that journey, however that is.
So you're actually one of the first companies that's come up with such a good product that's completely natural and completely hormonally balanced for everybody. I don't think there's another product like
Right.
that out there, right?
There is not there are different options such as seed cycling kits, bars, little snack balls, things like that, but nobody that plays in this exact space where they're offering the types of products that we are.
So you have absolutely no preservatives in your product.
No preservatives, no.
Absolutely no preservatives. So they don't keep for very long then. You have to use them pretty fast.
So the products that are have a shorter lifespan, we cold ship them, so they come frozen on ice.
Okay, okay, yeah.
And the ones that can last longer, like the dark cacao spread and the protein powders, those have a longer shelf life because of the nature of the ingredients we use. They don't need that preservative element to it. So the protein powders last, a year, 18 months, if not more. Same with the dark cocoa spread. It's just like a peanut butter. So it'll live in your pantry for a long time. But the goal is everything is sourced with very high quality ingredients and it's small batch made to make sure that you are getting that right balance of in every bite. And so really you should be going through it every month. Otherwise you're not going to see that benefit.
Of course, yeah. Now, the last question I have for you is, how do your mom and grandma feel?
So my mom is not one to spend money on anything actually. And it's
Yeah.
really interesting. So she's Nishi's biggest fan. She subscribes every month and she doesn't
Oh,
miss
I
a
love
day
it.
because she has seen such tremendous benefits even in her 70s. Her aches and pains are gone. She's sleeping better. She's having better digestive. I mean, just so many benefits that she's seen. My grandmother unfortunately passed away, but she was here when we started the company and she loved the
Wonderful.
idea. She was very excited. But it's been an interesting shift because growing up in a very traditional household, my mom grew up in the village of India and coming here to America, there were things that were taboo, right? In India, your period is not clean. You should be outside. You shouldn't be around the family. You shouldn't come near God. And she had a lot of those. So there was a lot of taboo around talking about our period, around dealing with our menstrual products. And so as a kid growing up in, Wisconsin, no other Indians around to relate to, I would very secretly hide my pad under my sleeve and, rush to the bathroom in between class And it's so amazing to see the transition, right? My girls
Yes.
will openly hold their menstrual products down the hallway. They'll share them with each other. They don't care. They are there with me talking about their periods at these very public speaking events. And my mom is there too, which is amazing, right? She has also, in the process of growing this business, made that transition to
Wonderful. Mm.
being so openly supportive about something that she was taught to be so taboo. So it's great to see that with all three generations.
Oh, I think it's amazing. I think you're a super role model for your children, for all your three
Thank
daughters, and your mom's so proud of you because she's been your role model in some way. And I'm glad that your grandmother got to see that all the knowledge and wisdom and history and life lessons and values that she passed on, you're using them. And you've got into something
100%.
so fantastic. Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So I just want the audience to know the best way to reach you is through your website.
Yes. So
Yeah.
Neeshi.com, Neeshi, or on
Yeah.
social at Shop Neeshi.
Okay, so you can reach Geeta at her website, and if you have any questions, personal questions, confidential questions, obviously she'll answer them right away. I am so happy to have had you as our guest today. The information you've shared with us is, so valuable. I'd encourage our guests to, try Nishi, because why would you go to chemicals when you have everything natural there for you, and on top of it, it's delicious, right? This is Rohini
Absolutely.
Kapoor. Thank you so much, Gita. This is Rohini Kapoor from Step by Step Talks. I hope to hear from you again in about 6 months. We're going to look for another cast and see how your business is going, how you're growing. And thank you once again for joining us from San Francisco. As usual, if you have any questions, please contact me at stepbysteptalks.com. I will answer you back confidentially. If you need to be podcasted with your business, feel free to contact me as well. We will promote you as much as we can. Step by Step Talks believes in making women financially independent, helping them go through their journey, and listening to other women who are financially independent share their stories with us. Thank you and have a super day. Thanks, Geeta. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.